Hello, brother. How are you doing today? If you think stretching makes you weaker, you've been lied to, bro. The truth is, if you're lifting weights, training hard, but skipping stretching, you're leaving massive gains on the table. But today, bro, I'm gonna show you why stretching just doesn't just make you more flexible. It makes you stronger, more powerful, and way harder to injure. It can make you more explosive, literally improving your life in that aspect, and therefore that compounds and actually improves other aspects of your life. Just think of self-improvement like this. Little things you do in other areas of life can actually improve other aspects of your life. For example, if you literally just start stretching, your business might improve. It literally works like that, bro. Just trust me. Turn your brain off. This is a legendary video. Just turn your brain off. Listen to what I'm talking about, bro. This will change your life. Alright, the biggest myth of stretching online in the gym space, not the self-improvement, but in the gym space, people say stretching makes you loose and weak, but that's straight up bullshit, bro. If that were true, gymnasts would be weak as hell. Instead, they're absolute monsters because they have full control over the muscles at every length. Like, they might look a bit weak, yeah, because gymnasts, like the very acrobatic ones, they're quite skinny, aren't they? But you'll be surprised how strong they are, bro. You would be surprised. They are actually really strong. They're explosive. They're stronger. They're way stronger than the average human. They have to literally swing their bodies around. Would you be able to do that? Because I definitely wouldn't. I'm not saying I can. I definitely wouldn't be able to swing. I'm not even that flexible. But what I'm trying to say is, bro, stretching is underrated as hell. And I want you to start doing it, bro. And if you're doing resistance training, so with weights, flexibility basically equals strength. Not only the amount of weight you can do, not only the amount of reps you can do, none of that ego shit. Also, that is very important, but not in an egotistical way where you literally injure yourself. Oh, my 1 rep max. Fuck that. Flexibility equals strength, and just that's it. When your muscles go through their full range of motion, like for example on the preacher curl, all the way to the bottom, stretch all the way to the top, they contract harder, which means literally more power in every rep you do. I remember about 5 months ago when I started my self-improvement journey, I was barely flexible, bro. I couldn't even touch my toes. I could barely, like, with straight legs like that, at shoulder width or hip width, whatever, when you bend down, I would barely be able to go to my knees with like a straight back. Like, oh my god. Now I can like basically give a high five to the floor, but with a bit of a bent back. That I'm way too far with a straight back for that, but with a bent back, I can still high five the floor. I think that is massive progress. And you can do that as well. It's literally an easy stretch. Just literally stand width, shoulder width or hip width apart, and just literally try touching your toes or try touching the floor. Once you can touch the floor, you can then start punching the floor, like not actually punching it, but like that, and then high five the floor. That's what I'm on right now. I've not been stretching for that long. I've been mainly just doing that stretch, but bro, it's really good. And also, you know, before leg day, you swing your leg like that back and forth. That's a good warm up, by the way. I couldn't get it up because of my muscles. They were so tight. Now I've finally relaxed the muscles and stretched them. Now I can fully move my leg. Not fully. I've still got some progress to do, and probably so do you. But it moves. It really does improve that mobility, and that's literally basic needs for a human. You need to be able to literally move your leg. And 5 months, 4 months ago, 6 months, bro, I could barely move, bro. Like, I know I'm a bit overpowering that, but I could barely move, to be fair. Alright, now the science of how stretching boosts strength and how stretching actually works. You know them rubber bands? Yeah, your muscles are basically like those rubber bands. Those small circular rubber bands you play with sometimes. Or I used to play with the rubber bands when I was a kid. If they're stiff and short, your muscles, you're limited in how much force you can produce in lifts, in explosive movements like sprinting, which is really good for you. I've got a video on that. And in your leg mobility, for example, this warm up before leg day, in all of mobility, studies actually show dynamic stretching before training increases power output. So if you stretch properly before lifting, you'll actually lift heavier weights, and arm circles and swings. That's like dynamic stretches, and kind of like I just did chest day. It kills, but those back and forth nice swings. Don't do static stretches before weightlifting. That's just the rule. Do static stretching after exercises, or a couple hours before, like an hour or two before your actual lift or your sprint or whatever you're doing, if it's high intensity. For example, have you ever tried squatting deep, which you actually have to? You have to touch your bum to your ankles basically for maximum stretch of the thighs and for growth. Well, that's for another video. But it feels tight as hell. You need to stop a bit. Stop when you get quite low to a 90 degree. That's what all the people say. Get to 90 degrees and you'll be good. No, you have to go lower. That's just how it is. You'll have to decrease your weight. Stop being egotistical, bro. In the weightlifting space, you can't be egotistical in the weightlifting space because you'll injure yourself. You can be egotistical outside. No one cares. But do you feel tight when you, for example, try to do a deep squat? That's your muscles literally holding you back. Stretch your hips. Do the twists, whatever, hamstrings and calf first, and suddenly your squat depth increases. Your range of motion is clean and your strength shoots up dramatically. And I'm not saying to load all this weight on. No, don't ego lift. That's really dangerous. But you can really boost your strength with just simple motions. I remember I used to skip dynamic stretches and arm circles and all that before lifts, and the soreness after. You know the soreness after you get after weightlifting? When you don't stretch and when you don't use mobility tactics like this, the wrist one like this, then the soreness will be so much more intense. It kills, bro. But when you actually stretch it out, it will be really good. Now on to why stiff muscles are killing your gains in the weightlifting gym, and not only in the weightlifting gym, in all your other sprints, all the other exercises, all the other movements you could be doing. Imagine having a super tight chest from bench pressing all the time. That's a basic core movement you need to do for the chest, right? Now when you try to hit a heavy press, your shoulders get wrecked. It's not that deep, but I remember, bro, not even long ago, like literally a couple of chest days ago, I forgot to stretch my shoulders properly. And bro, my front delt was wrecked. It was killing from bench press, bro. An incline dumbbell press, that's even harder than just a regular flat bench bar press. An incline dumbbell press is the best, like, pressing movement you can do for chest, by the way, just saying. Well, that's for another video. But bro, you probably might have this as well, right? Your shoulders literally get wrecked. Like, not wrecked, but they really hurt after hitting a bench, right? On chest day. I think you can relate to this, bro. Stretching prevents imbalances. It keeps your body aligned so you can train longer without getting injured. I can relate to this, by the way. Have you ever noticed some guys lift like quite heavy as hell, but they move like robots after? Bro, this happens to me all the time after. The deadlift is my last workout on my back day, and this always happens to me because it's the last workout, right? So I forget to warm up because all my other back workouts are for my traps, upper back, and lats. So that's all like up here, right? But the lower back is basically where your spine is all the way down. And bro, after every deadlift set, I would barely be able to straighten out, and this happened literally. This is probably gonna happen this week as well, but because I forget to stretch and warm up before deadlifts, because I think I'm already warmed up after all those upper back sets. If you're training back, you have to make sure you're warming up for upper back and lower back, because the back is far apart from each other. For example, chest, yeah, you can warm up with one set before each workout, yeah, that's fine. But for back, like, you're not contracting the lower back when you do lat pull downs, for example, much, do you? So have you ever realized guys moving like robots after they lift? Like, oh, I can relate to this so much in the weightlifting gym. And if this has happened to you, this is because you're not doing dynamic stretches and mobility movements like this. You have to be doing them before weightlifting and before any exercise, really. And the strongest, the most advanced lifters that you look up to, they actually stretch their muscles every day so they can fully contract with maximum power. How stretching unlocks hidden strength. If you can increase the length of a muscle while keeping it strong, you will literally unlock hidden strength most guys never really tap into in the weightlifting gym. This is what I'm still working on as of now, but I am making good progress. You literally can increase the length of your muscle, and it literally unlocks hidden strength, by the way. Obviously, you still have to progressively overload in the gym, and this isn't a magic fix to just hit that 100 kg bench press instantly. I'm still telling you, progressively overload in the gym. Still train really hard. I'll explain training optimally in maybe the next video, I don't know, in the gym, and how to get jacked. I know I'm not jacked yet, but I remember I've been training for 3 years and I haven't had any progress. But now, about 5 months ago, I started training, bro, the progress. A good real life example of this is Olympic lifters. They have to stretch daily, and they're some of the strongest athletes alive. Their mobility lets them generate more power from positions other lifters can't even get into. If you're skipping stretching in your daily routine, you're not even pushing to 100% of your muscles potential. Hey, I think you're not even using 90% of it. Maybe that's a push, 95% is used. But to unlock that 5%, you need to add mobility stretching, dynamic stretching, and static stretches to your routine. A quick routine could be a hamstring stretch. This is at home, by the way. Static stretches. A hamstring stretch, just stand with shoulder width and just bend down, try to touch your toes with locked out knees and straight legs. The hip flexor stretch, get into a lunge position, put your hands on your hips and just push forward with your hips. You'll feel it like on the top, like where your hip is connecting to your thigh. Do chest and shoulder stretches, static and mobility. This will ensure your bench press is painless, and your shoulder presses, your lateral raises, all them. Your cable flies, your chest flies, all them will be painless. Obviously, when you're working out heavy weightlifting for hypertrophy and for strength even, you need to be pushing so it hurts. But weightlifting and gym is for a completely another video. You need to be still pushing. You need to be still pushing to where your muscles physically hurt. But that's for another video. Wrist and forearm stretches, better grip strength for pulling exercises. So literally just do that. Oh, I feel a massive stretch here already. Do that and do that. This is static, by the way. And then you feel a stretch all there. Here. That. Oof, yeah. And then dynamic and mobility is this. For example, you need to be doing this before every lift. Your forearms are literally the first muscle to connect. You do this until you feel some burning sensation. Go both ways. Do mobility and dynamic stretches before and after training, and watch your numbers go up, bro. Do static stretches after. You can do them just after or a bit before. Don't do them just before you work out. or just before running or sprinting. Why stretching after training is a game changer. Stretching right after training prevents your muscles from tightening up, helps with recovery, less soreness, faster growth and better growth, more growth. Boosts blood flow, meaning nutrients hit your muscles faster, more gains on the table. You're leaving gains on the table by not stretching. I'm going to say that again. If you feel tight and sore all the time, you might not be overtraining actually, because the human body actually can take hours of training a day, like really intense training a day. You're just understretching. You're not overtraining. I wouldn't say you're overtraining, but if you are overtraining, then I would dial it down a bit. I'll explain what overtraining is in my other videos on the gym and all that, but you're just understretching. Just try stretching and you'll see how much more capacity you'll have in yourself. Most guys don't stretch because they think it's weak. They think it's pointless. That's why most guys stay stiff, weak and injured. You literally see like the big gym bros like barely walking. I see them in my gym all the time. And the biggest gym bros are always the most clicking elbow guys. Clicking knee, hurting knee every step. Every time they do something with their arms, their elbow always hurts. Try stretching every day for 2 weeks and tell me your strength didn't go up. You'll feel looser, stronger and more explosive. This is how you unlock the full potential of your body, bro. Share this video to anyone who needs it, that you know is stiff in the gym, all that. And I hope you have a good day, bro. Make sure to start stretching, bro, so you don't move like a 60-year-old in your 20s when you're lifting so heavy.